Assalamualaikum and hi, me and my friends going to present HTT280 Geography and Culture in Tourism, Chapter 2, the Geography of Demand for Tourism. The subtopic that we will be presenting is effective and suppressed demand.
Here is our topic outline that we will be discussing about. First is definition of tourism demand. Second is types of tourism demand, which is comprises elements and characteristics.
Tourism demand. What is tourism demand? Tourism demand refers to the total number of individuals who travel or wish to travel and use various tourist facility and service at a place away from their usual environment. Encompasses the instant and ability and consumer to pay for leisure and recreational activities, experience and communication at the destination. Tourism demand can be influenced by various factors, including economic conditions, consumer preferences, income levels, political stability, marketing strategy, and social variations.
For my part, I will be discussing the actual numbers of participants in tourism. Those who are traveling, engaging in tourism activities, or visiting destinations during periods. These figures provide real, measurable demand for tourism services, helping us understand who is traveling, where, and why. The actual numbers we refer to are the aggregate count of tourists recorded in a given location, often shown through tourism statistics. This data reflects genuine demand, which is vital for shaping the industry and guiding business decisions. So, what drives these demands? There are three key factors. First, desire and willingness. People travel because they want to explore, relax, or try something new. Second, time availability. People travel when they have free time, like during holidays or breaks from work. And lastly, positive perceptions. Destinations that are seen as safe, exciting, and good value attract more visitors.
I'm going to explain about suppressed demand or comprises. Alright, so what is suppressed demand? Suppressed demand are those who are not going travel for some reason, or in other words, there are some obstacles that hold some people to go travel. This segment also can be changed to future to actual demand in the future. So yeah, I'll be looking for what kind of obstacle that people that hold people to go travel. First is economic decline. So some people may have uh, financial limitation. We in general we know that when we decide to travel, we must budget a significant amount of money. Thus, these are some of the factors that keep some people from traveling because of final limitation. Some location may have a high travel cost, making it impossible for some people to visit them because of final constraints. It could involve the expense of food and drink as well as lodging, or it could involve the expense of transportation, such as bus, ferry, or airline. This may occur as a result of economic downturns that result in underpaid salaries. Also, uh, another factor that hold people to go travel is health condition. Some people may have a chronic disease that deter them to go travel. As we know, we must maintain our health to when traveling to avoid any unforeseen incidents. For instance, traveling may be challenging for those who have a heart disease, because we know that when some people have a heart disease, there is possible that people may get a heart attack. Also, we are aware that people with heart disease are unable to walk for extended period of time or experience stress. People may experience some stress when traveling because of condition like pressure in particular locations. This presents of a challenge for those who have a heart disease, as they are not allowed to experience stress because of their condition. Thus, these are some factors that may prevent some people to go to travel. Some people may have social anxiety, which makes them to stay by themselves and avoid social situations. This can lead them to not going out. They also might fear of crowded places or unfamiliar environments, which deter them from traveling. People with social anxiety also may have difficulty concentrating while driving or making other decisions during travel, which could result less confident to them. So, in conclusion, there are some factors that deter some people from traveling, either that can be changed or cannot be changed. For example, that can be changed is financial restraints by find a better job or do extra part-time job, or social anxiety that can be changed by go for counseling. Example that cannot be changed are health condition like heart disease. That's all from me. Thank you so much.
For the last comprises is no demand. No demand is to those people who simply do not wish to travel or are unable to travel, constituting a category of no demand. There are a few key reasons for this. First, a lack of interest or appeal can occur if a destination doesn't offer enough attractions or activities to attract tourists. Second, economic factors play a role. When people have less money to spend due to financial challenges, they may cut back on travel. Negative perceptions also matter. If a place is seen as unsafe or has bad reviews, tourists are likely to avoid it. Lastly, limited accessibility can be a problem. If a destination is hard to reach due to poor infrastructure or high costs, people may choose not to visit. In a short, no demand in tourism happens when factors like lack of interest, financial limitations, negative views, or difficult access prevents people from traveling.
I want to talk about actual demand by element. This element divides into two. First, travel propensity. Propensity to travel refers to impossibility or tendency of an individual or group to travel. It refers to a person's perception of being a tourist. This is a fundamental concept in tourism research and is a core part of tourism demand. Tourists are actually looking for experience that cannot be found in time tourism or commercial tourism, which is called the desire for authentic experience. An actual demand for tourism can be influenced by various factors such as economic conditions, travel costs, destination attractions, and social influence. 2. Travel frequency. Travel that across frequency due to actual demand from tourists is often referred to as tourism-based travel or demand-driven travel. Type of travel is typically characterized by people moving to popular destinations that attract large number of visitors. It can
Today, I will be explaining about potential demand and deferred demand. Firstly, potential demand means a group of people who are likely to join or use tourism product to travel to an interesting destination but not in the near future. This can also be categorized as a group that plans to travel yearly in time. The concept used by this group can help the business sector, government, and tourism professionals study the growth of tourists in the country. In terms of potential demand, there is current and latent demand. Current demand refers to the number of tourists in a country that are active, and latent demand refers to groups that are interested in traveling but do not travel. In the near future, because there are still considering several factors such as financial problems, lack of information or current issue, this group can also be associated with individuals who do not trust IT or what we can call baby boomers. Next, there are several factors that affect potential demand, including economic factors. These economic factors can affect potential demand in terms of increasing or decreasing the country's currency. This causes some tourists who will take into account the economy of a country they want to visit, whether it is strong or not. To set a target cost that needs to be prepared to be brought by tourists, this aspect can have a great impact on the country's economy if many tourists travel in a country and determine whether the country's economy is strong or not. In addition, this aspect can be used as a growth forecast by studying and predicting future growth in tourism. Next, I will be explain means a deferred demand. Deferred demand means the second subcategory of demand that is surprised in travel or forced to cancel planning to travel due to having problems in the supply or require cost. This is difficult to manage and the reason is rarely taken into account. There are several characteristics of delayed demand in tourism, among which is the nature current. This characteristic can be found in individuals who are busy doing their daily work so that there is no time to go traveling, even though it has have been planned and intended for a long time to go traveling. An example is a policeman who is still serving. In addition, there is a characteristic of the country's economy recessions. An example that can be taken to understand this feature is the age of COVID-19, where some countries have severe economic problems due to the country not allowing tourists to travel to their country for a long period of time.
I will be presenting the most commonly and easily measured characteristic in tourism. First, characteristic is visitors number. Visitors numbers represent the total count of tourists arriving at a destination over a specific period. This metric serves as a direct measure of demand in tourism, indicating how popular a location is at any given time. By monitoring these figures, tourism agencies and companies can identify trends, gauge and the success of advertising campaign, and decide how best to allocate resources and build infrastructure. Second characteristic are occupancy rates. Occupancy rates are a key metric in tourism that indicate the percentage of available accommodation units that are occupied by guests during a specific time period. Since it shows how well a site is doing at drawing tourists, this metric is essential for figuring out Gini demand. High occupancy shows strong demand, which can increase earnings for hotel and resorts. Conversely, low occupancy can mean low demand, so business may adjust prices, market more, or offer promotions. Third is seasonality. Seasonality in tourism refers to the fluctuations in visitors' number and demand that occur at different times of the year. This pattern is influenced by factors such as weather, holidays, school vacations, and cultural events, leading to a peak and off-peak season in various destinations. Peak season bring more visitors, boosting local business revenue and raising accommodation occupancy rates. Off-peak times bring fewer tourists, reducing revenue for tourism business. Last but not least is travel group composition. It refers to the makeup of individuals traveling together on a trip, encompassing factors such as age, gender, family structure, and travel purpose. This is important in tourism as it affects choices for accommodations, activities, and destinations. For example, families may seek family-friendly accommodation and activities, while solo travelers might prioritize budget option and social experience.
Now, I want to talk about priorities for suppressed demand. The concept of potential demand converting into effective demand in tourism refers to situations where individuals wish to travel but are currently unable to due to constraints like economic barriers, health restrictions, political issues, or personal obligations. This type of suppressed demand represents people who have the desire to travel but cannot do so under present conditions. When these barriers are reduced or removed, such as through increased disposable income, improved health, or political stability, this suppressed demand can be converted into effective demand, meaning that these individuals can now make travel plans and become actual tourists. Additionally, tourism organization and destination play an active role in this conversion by implementing marketing strategies that address and mitigate these barriers. Through target campaigns, affordable travel package and promotion, they make travel more accessible and attractive, which help to transform the exciting desire to travel into actual travel bookings. This combined effort encourages more people to move from merely wishing to travel to becoming active participants in